Alrighty, hello and welcome to the Grimes family homestead. Today I'm going to be giving you a tour of some of the trees. So from the back end of the property, we have right here a plum cot. It's not looking too great right now, but it's still got some green on it. Then right across from there, we have this beautiful apricot. Then once again, not looking too hot. Some of the trees over here are looking a little worse for wear. These 4 trees are apples. And while they may look dead, there are some leaves there if you look under here. So this is the Almada, that's the wine crisp, that'll be the Grimes Golden, and I'm blanking on this one actually. Next up we have the birdcage, which we're putting roses at the bottom. They're climbing roses, so hopefully they'll climb up here and make this beautiful feature. Got some on right now. Beautiful, beautiful color. Next up, the arch. On the left, we've got wonderful, wonderful blackberries. I know right here are the Kiowa blackberries. Super sweet, in my opinion. Better than the thornless in taste, but problematic because of how thorny they are. But look at how perfect those berries are. Wonderfully ripe. And they get tall, so that's why we put them over here, so we can angle them up and over and get some shade and have a little cute walkway. So this raised bed is just blackberries, and I will be snagging a couple more of these delicious little snacks. Now, to this side, it's kind of an amalgamation bed. I put in some asparagus, purple asparagus mainly, kiwis, which I don't see anyone around my area growing. I'm in central Pennsylvania. So asparagus, kiwis, and it looks like the rhubarb died off for the year. Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, the asparagus is going to seed. These guys, they were tiny. They were probably only this big at the beginning of the season, and look at how much they've grown already. Hopefully, in a couple years, they'll completely cover that and encapsulate that in shade. Now, next up, we've got the strawberry patch. Now, it looks terrible because we haven't been maintaining it or weeding it, but if you look right there, there's a bunch of strawberries plants. Now here, oddly enough, this staghorn sumac really likes to grow in the middle of my strawberry patch. And while it is August, I've still got some strawberries coming on, if you see there. Yeah, I planted 50 strawberries in here of 2 different varieties. Then in the compost pile, there was actually a pumpkin that we threw away into the compost last year, that apparently the seeds decided that it would be great to have a pumpkin in the strawberry patch. And then also I put some asparagus in the strawberry patch as well. So there's some more. Right here, what's growing here is carrots. This one right here is going absolutely crazy with the flowers. I'm only letting a couple go to flower so that I can harvest the seeds for planting some more carrots next year. If you see in here, this has a gigantic base. Like, I can't even see where the root begins, and I'm not gonna dig it up because I don't want to disturb it. I got carrots probably this big last year, and I'm excited to see how big I can get them this year. Now these, they don't look too hot, but they're pretty good size. I overplanted. I didn't thin them out as much as I should have, but you live and you learn. Some cute little marigolds around the garden. Oh, we can go right here before going into the garden. Let's look at the sunflower. That doesn't look very attractive at all, but got quite a few sunflowers out here. And while they don't look like they got pollinated to have the seeds, I didn't actually plant these sunflowers. They were volunteers around my yellow raspberries. Now they're not doing too hot. It looks like the canes from this year that produced are dying off, and we're getting some prima canes for next year, which are already producing? That's weird. I've not seen that before. Actually, they're producing like funky berries. Wow. Curious. I'll have to do a little research and figure out why that is. Yeah, they're producing berries on the canes that are supposed to be for next year. That might be a problem. And oddly enough, these berries seem more diseased and affected than this year's crop. I wonder if it's because it's getting down in the 50s earlier than it's supposed to be. And that's affecting them. Yeah, see? I'll have to figure out what that is. Next to these raspberries, the golden and yellow raspberries, I'm just pulling some pokeweed, throwing that in there. I've got a couple blueberries. They're not looking too hot, at least those aren't. But I believe if I peel this layer of tomatoes back, you will see that the blueberries in the shade are doing absolutely phenomenal. Look at the color, the dark green of the leaves. I am starting to realize that perhaps it's the shade that the blueberries like. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. That is insane. This thicket is all tomatoes. I kid you not. And they're all volunteers. I've got a blueberry in there that I paid for that I would like to see survive. So I'm just gonna claw my way through here and hopefully reveal my precious other plants. I hope that it didn't get strangled. It looks like it might have though. Oh my goodness. I have never, ever seen tomatoes do this. Holy cow. This is insane. I believe they're either sweet 100 or sweet million tomatoes. And I'm pulling them out by the dozen. Yeah, I can't even see the blueberry plant. Oh no. I hope it didn't kill it. It might have though. Oh, I see. They're rooting. That's why. Oh, the blueberry lives. If only barely. Yeah, see. The tomatoes rooted, liked the soil, then multiplied. Darn. That's amazing. And I wish it was in the garden, not in my blueberry bed. Because then I would be very happy to have them. Alas, I do not want 5 billion tomatoes, first of all. But second of all, I can't have them strangling out this blueberry and negatively affecting this plant. Even though it seems to be doing absolutely gorgeously, knowing my luck, it would outcompete my baby blueberry. Now you'll see here in a minute when I take you over there that the other blueberries that don't have shade are doing not so hot. But we'll get there, we'll get there. Now here we have two different varieties of raspberry. Once again, they are raspberries, but you might think those were yellow. What are these? These are red. Red raspberries. Next to them is my Concord grapes. Beautiful, beautiful fruits coming into their third summer in the ground in the Grimes family homestead. And they're just producing like crazy. I'm so happy with how they're turning out. And I can't even begin to say how worried I was at times that they would just die and not come back. I genuinely did not think that these guys would survive. But now you can see they're about the size of a dime for most of them. Now they won't be ready for another couple months, but it seems like some of them are deciding to turn very early, which I'm okay with. Like, if you want to do that, go right ahead. They're going to be turning like this deep, beautiful blue when the fall starts coming. I guess because it is getting down in the 50s, like I said, they're probably starting to recognize that winter is coming. Now here's a couple more grapes that I planted, different varieties. I've got, I believe, 4 different variety of grape overall. And then 13 different varieties or cultivars of blueberry. Now, as I said, you can see these are not doing as hot as the ones that were covered up by the tomatoes. I can't really explain as to why. I just know when I see them that they're not ideal. And some of them actually completely died back to their roots and had to shoot out new leaves and branches, which I was concerned that they would die permanently. Hopefully, they'll be all right. Now, if you come with me this way, which you don't have a choice, you will see 4 more trees over here that are looking absolutely beautiful. I am surprised. Look at the amount of growth on this branch alone. From right here to right here is all growth from this year. So if you look at this right here, follow it up, 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 and this is as far as I can reach. That's how much growth that we've put on this year alone. I'm so proud of these little trees. Now I've got the Belle of Georgia peach, the Red Haven, and the Sweet May, I believe, I want to say. And then this peach tree was on the property originally. And oh, there actually is still fruit on right there. Nice. Now I have a problem here at the homestead that the peach trees, I should say, get this terrible, like fungal disease in the beginning of the season. And I can't explain why it happens. I just know that it causes it to have wrinkly leaves that look infected, then fall off. And all of the leaves fall off, and the branches have to grow new in order to keep the tree surviving. Now, here is the very first tree that I planted ever, but specifically on the Grimes family homestead. It is taller than I can reach. It is thick at the base. I love it. It is a Granny Smith apple, which, being completely honest, I don't like Granny Smith apples that much, but I know that they're great for baking, so I planted one. Next to it is the second oldest tree on the homestead, and it is a Honeycrisp apple. We planted these in August of 2021, and they're doing okay. Not great, but okay. Coming back over here, we've got a Grimes Golden Apple, which is a cultivar from West Virginia. I got it because I like golden apples, and it's named after me. Not after me, but it shares a surname with me. So the Grimes family homestead has some Grimes apples. Right here is a Shinko Asian pear. It's doing better than the pear that was here before it. Quite a bit of growth. Nothing absolutely gobsmacking. Pears put on a lot, as I'll show you in a second. Here and there are the trees that we planted in the second year of living here. This one is a Kiefer pear, same as that tree. It is an Asian pear variety, and it just wants to grow straight up. I swear it just likes shooting for the sky. I know, I should have trained it out like this so that the branches would be better off and horizontal rather than vertical, but I never got around to it, so it be what it be. Or it is what it is, I should say. And this, look at this pear. Look at this pear. It's beautiful. I love it. I'm so excited. This is the first fruit that we're gonna have off of this tree. And on the other one, we have another pear. Originally, we had some apples. We got a couple apples last year, but this year's crop seemed to be like a late frost and killed them. This is the bigger of the two Kiefer pears. Look at it. Look at how gigantic it is. I love it. I love it. I love it. And look at that beauty. Look at the fruit. Gorgeous, round, big, a bit soft. It's not going to ripen for many weeks yet. Hopefully I will get to eat it before birds do, but I doubt it. And then here we planted 2 sweet cherries. One died. So we bought another one. And then it died, which is sad. But living learn. Here is the survivor. We had one cherry this fall, but as it turned red, a bird ate it before I could. And then the other ones that were there died. So I know that it can produce. I know that it's alive. I see that it's alive. And I'm proud of it. But I'll need to do some work, need to get some other cherries. Now here and here, some simple golden delicious apples. Nothing on here now because they're very young. Planted them, was it this year? Or was it the year before? 2021, 2022, 23. Must have done it in the 2023 summer. And this is a red delicious apple. It's pretty. I don't particularly like red delicious apples, but figure I need more red apples. I have a bunch of green, some yellow, needed a red. I know the L motto's red apple, don't come at me, but I just decided to plant a red apple because it's standard. It's the stark red. It's the literally stereotypical red apple. Now I'm taking you into the garden. I planted a bunch of garlic in through here. It looks like my mom trampled it and put cardboard over it for some reason. Curious. And cut down the other garlic. Okay, whatever. It's hard to see, but this and this and that, and this are a Japanese berry called haskaps, also known as honeyberries. They are the earliest producing thing in the garden. They come up way before anything else, and they're great. I liked it. That looks like there's a jalapeno on the ground. Whatever. Some cabbage. Cabbage. Big ol' jalapeno. Bell pepper. We got 2 rows of bell peppers. Just a row of cabbage. Cabbage. Peppers, peppers, peppers. Oh, the beets are finally coming along. That's good. Love to see it. Love to see it. Random volunteer tomatoes. I thought those were Brussels sprouts, but I'm not sure what's going on there, to be honest. Then, more tomatoes. More tomatoes. They kind of look dead and dilapidated, but we've been at a wedding, so don't judge me too hard. I haven't been here. Got some squash on there and over there. Oh, the cucumbers. The cucumbers. I wonder if there's any cucumbers. I love, love, love cucumbers, especially fresh from the garden. But I'm not too sure if we've got any on. We'll have to see. Looks like no. I think my grandma came through here. She's been watching the house while we were in Tennessee, so I think she took quite a bit of produce away for her and my grandfather to eat whilst we were gone. It looks like one of the watermelons got messed up. I don't know what the heck happened. Probably some kind of bug. Another watermelon. This one looks better to me. Oh, look at those cherry tomatoes. Wow. The flavor of that. That is luscious. I don't know a better word for it. Like, so juicy, flavorful, amazing. Watermelon. There's some onions back there. Compost pile. Gonna go back for another tomato. Oddly enough, a little salty. I don't know how that happened, but they're good. Oh. Probably should wash them, but those would be good in something. I can't think of what. Those taste great. With the house. We've also got one other orchard on the other side. But first, I will take you to see my chestnut. Now it's looking a little sad. I get it. Probably should have watered it more. But once again, we've been gone. This is an American chestnut, Castanea dentata. Got it from the American Chestnut Foundation. Got some black currants, red currants, another chestnut. Aronia berry, I believe. American chestnut. Some more, what are those called? Raspberries. What are you again? Kinamaki, red gooseberries, onions, a pool. Now what else should I show you? Oh, yeah. Here's some more raspberries, new for this year. Over there we've got a bunch of wild elderberries, and I planted 2 varieties, Johns and Adams, black elderberries. Right here is a Chicago cold hardy fig. Right next to it is a hazelnut, wild plum, some more raspberries, some more rhubarb, another plum, a fallen over hazelnut. Here are some persimmons. 2 right there, a strawberry there. This hazelnut looks sad. It's looked sad for a while. I don't know what's wrong with it. Right here's another native plum, Monstera deliciosa. Here's a pawpaw, a banana. My other pawpaw, another Monstera. Got some hops in there. And that's all for this side of the street, so I'll walk over to the other side and continue the video there.